we go with number 20. Kicking off our list is former Vice President Dan Quayle, who famously misspelled potato at a spelling bee, adding an E to the end, leaving students and teachers bewildered. Must have been a difficult time in the White House figuring out whether documents were tampered with by children, but no, just the Vice President of the United States of America.
Spell that again. Add one little bit on the end. Just think of potato. How's it? You write phonetically. What else? There you go.
Next up is Howard Dean's infamous scream during a campaign rally. What was meant to be a rallying cry turned into a meme, forever immortalizing the Dean scream. A Democratic presidential candidate at the time, now I'm sure nothing to do with this debacle, is retired long to live in our memories with this extremely manly and awe-inspiring war cry.
Going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin. We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
In a desperate attempt to defend himself during the Watergate scandal, President Nixon declared, "I am not a crook." The phrase became iconic and is often mocked in pop culture.
I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of public life, that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
President?
Yes,
During a presidential debate, Rick Perry forgot the third government department he wanted to eliminate, ending with an awkward oops. It was a cringe-worthy moment that haunted his campaign. A big oopsie-daisy, you could say.
It's 3 agencies of government when I get there that are gone. Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see.
EPA?
EPA, there you go. No, okay.
Let's talk deposition.
Seriously? Is EPA the one you were talking about? Or
No, sir.
You can't name the third one?
The third agency of government,
Yeah.
I would do away with the education, the commerce, and let's see. I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
Senator Marco Rubio's awkward water break during his State of the Union response became an instant internet sensation, with memes and parodies flooding social media. Talk about a speech being dry.
Liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth. But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight. The choice isn't just between big government or big business. What we need is an accountable, efficient, and effective.
Former Vice President Al Gore claimed he took the initiative in creating the internet, which was widely mocked and misinterpreted as him saying he invented it.
American people. I've traveled to every part of this country during the last 6 years. During my service in the United States Congress, I took the initiative in creating the internet. I took the initiative in moving forward a whole range of initiatives that have proven to be important to our country's economic.
Joe Biden was caught on a hot mic telling President Obama that the Affordable Care Act was a big FING deal. The candid moment was both hilarious and unfiltered. To be fair, it was a rather big deal.
United States of America, Barack Obama.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
President Bill Clinton's denial of his affair with Monica Lewinsky led to one of the most infamous quotes in political history, which was later proven false. No one can truly know how large Bill Clinton's body count really is.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. These allegations are false.
During a debate, Mitt Romney's comment about having binders full of women for potential cabinet positions sparked ridicule and became a viral meme.
All the applicants seem to be men. And I went to my staff and I said, how come all the people for these jobs are all men? They said, well, these are the people that have the qualifications. And I said, well, gosh, can't we find some women that are also qualified? And so we took a concerted effort to go out and find women who had backgrounds that could be qualified to become members of our cabinet. I went to a number of women's groups and said, can you help us find folks? And they brought us whole binders full of women.
Although it was actually a Tina Fey parody on SNL, Sarah Palin's comment about seeing Russia from Alaska became synonymous with her foreign policy views.
What insight into Russian actions, particularly in the last couple of weeks, does the proximity of the state give you?
They're our next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
President Gerald Ford's tumble down the stairs of Air Force One became a defining moment of his presidency, often used to highlight his perceived clumsiness. A seemingly common thing with U.S. presidents.
As Gerald and Betty Ford arrived in Austria, and President Ford kept falling on his head, first in Salzburg in front of Austrian Chancellor Kreisky. All right, thanks for dropping by. Then in Michigan,
President Donald Trump's mysterious and unfinished tweet, despite the constant negative press covfefe, left the internet buzzing with speculation and jokes. In light of recent events, we wish President Trump a speedy recovery. Nancy Pelosi's pointed clap during Trump's State of the Union address became an iconic image of political shade, sparking endless memes and discussions.
But we must reject the politics of revenge, resistance, and retribution, and embrace the boundless potential of cooperation, compromise, and the common good.
Senator Bernie Sanders' cozy mittens and unassuming posture at President Biden's inauguration stole the show, becoming an instant meme sensation. During a press conference in Iraq, President George W. Bush narrowly dodged a shoe thrown at him by a protester, showcasing his quick reflexes and the global discontent with his policies.
شكرا زيرو. It doesn't bother me.
At the Democratic National Convention, Bill Clinton's childlike fascination with the red balloons falling from the ceiling charmed and amused viewers. President Joe Biden's odd habit of whispering during speeches and press conferences puzzled and amused the public, leading to numerous jokes and parodies.
People are waiting for relief.
I got them $1.9 trillion relief so far. They're going to be getting checks in the mail that are consequential this week for childcare. a lot has been happened already, number one.
During a radio interview, Hillary Clinton revealed she carries hot sauce in her bag, a comment that many saw as pandering, while others found it endearing.
No more questions? They said no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working?
Yeah.
John Kerry's windsurfing footage was used in campaign ads to paint him as a flip-flopper, and the image of him on the water became a symbol of his campaign struggles.
I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message.
In which direction would John Kerry lead? Kerry voted for the Iraq War, opposed it, supported it, and now opposes it again. He bragged about voting for the $87 billion to support our troops before he voted against it. He voted for education reform and now opposes it. He claims he's against increasing Medicare premiums, but voted 5 times to...
A video of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez dancing in college resurfaced and was intended to embarrass her, but instead, it humanized her and boosted her popularity. And there you have it, the 20 most ridiculous moments in U.S. politics. From gaffes to memes, these moments remind us that politics isn't always serious business. Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below.